Welcome back to the pregame show. The RoughRiders are finishing up a series today against the Corpus Christi Hooks, and I'm joined by one of the 8 All-Star selections for the RoughRiders to the Texas League All-Star game this year, Ben Rowen. And Ben, Texas League All-Star game for you. It's your first midseason All-Star selection. How excited are you to be able to play an All-Star game first as a pro?
I'm pretty excited now. I'm ready to represent the RoughRiders and go out there with 7 other guys on the team and the coaching staff, so it'll be a good time.
And a lot of people say that the double-A jump is the hardest. And for pitchers, there are a lot of talented hitters here at this level. Does it mean a little bit extra for you knowing that you're making this tough jump and you've been as successful as you have been?
It definitely means a lot being here in Double-A. I think being in the fall league in Venezuela this offseason definitely helped me out and bridge that gap between high and here. But it's been fun.
If there was anything, one or two big things that you picked up in the Winter League, what was that?
I think just to throw strikes, go out there and trust my stuff. I mean, that's a big thing for me, and just doing what I do.
And I think most people looking at the numbers and those who've seen you pitch this year would have pegged you as kind of a shoe-in for the All-Star game. You've been really one of the most dominant relievers in the league this year. That being said, still had to come at some point officially. How did you find out, and what went through your mind when you heard that you were going to make the team?
One day in Midland, Carlos told me to go in and see Boo, and told me congratulations, and I was pretty excited. First time to go play in the All-Star game. I'm pretty excited to see what happens out there and kind of enjoy the experience.
And you were a postseason All-Star last year in the Carolina League. How does a midseason All-Star selection compare to that? I mean, obviously, I'm sure the full season of accomplishment means a lot, but you actually get a chance to compete in the midseason game.
Yeah, now we get to actually go have fun with other All-Stars in the league and kind of meet those guys and get that experience with the 8 guys that we're with too, and I think that'll be a lot more fun than just getting that little tag at the end of the year.
And with the addition of Teodoro Martinez, you guys are tied for the most All-Star selections. Is that fun, kind of having those bragging rights? You gonna hold that over other guys' heads?
I think it'll definitely be fun to have that. Frisco will definitely be representing pretty well out there.
Here with Ben Rowen, the reliever here for your RoughRiders, one of the 8 All-Star selections to the Texas League All-Star game. And Ben, we've talked about your repertoire before. You throw 4 pitches, the fastball, you've got the changeup, slider, and the rise ball. Maybe I'm not seeing it correctly, but it seems like we've seen more fastballs from you in the last few outings than we did maybe earlier in the year. Is that the case? And if so, is that a change in your game plan? Do you feel more comfortable with that pitch?
I mean, definitely my fastball is my primary pitch, and I'll throw it good amount of the time, and I think it depends on the situation. If I need ground ball, I'm going to go to my fastball, and stuff like that. I think the situation really dictates how I'm going to pitch.
Well, that would make sense then, because you've been brought into a lot of bases-loaded jams here of late. It seems like you've been pretty much asked to clean up every big mess that the Riders have been in. Is that something that you're starting to get used to? Is it something you thrive on? When you start seeing the bases get packed and you're called to start warming, what's going through your mind there?
I start to get ready, and I think it's definitely something that I thrive in, and I love that situation, going in there knowing I have to pitch right away and kind of help out the other guys in the bullpen or starters, whatever the case may be. But, that situation, you got to love it if you're going to be that guy.
And with the bases loaded situations, that's obviously a great time to get the double play ball, which seems like you're kind of the perfect pitcher to come in and do that. Does it make it harder because you know that that's exactly what the hitters know, that that's what you're trying to get, and that's kind of what you're trying to do most of the time anyway? Does it change? Do you feel that it's changed the hitter's approach? Are you seeing differences in those kinds of spots?
I mean, if I start thinking about what the hitter's thinking, then I think there's a little bit too much thinking going on. As long as I just go in there and continue with my game plan, I think I'll come out ahead.
And one other guy that a lot of people I think will compare you to, Chad Bradford. You've mentioned him yourself. He's kind of the blueprint for submariners like yourself as far as major league success goes. Do you ever go back and watch film on a guy like him and see how he carried himself on the mound and how he sequenced hitters? Because it seems to me that one of the biggest challenges for you, and love to hear what you think about this, but that sequencing would be something that would be difficult to learn from other guys because no one throws like you. And so you can't ask another power pitcher, how they're going to sequence a certain hitter, and maybe even your pitching coaches don't have a lot of experience working with someone like yourself.
Right. I think, going and watching film for those guys is definitely a big thing that I can do to help out, going out there on the mound. And Jeff's pretty good about, helping me out and going over sequences, and the coaching staff's here is pretty good at that. And, if I go out there and, see something different, I'll change my approach. But other than that, I'm going out there with what I have.
Is it something where they are giving you a unique game plan because of your repertoire or because of your arm slot? I mean, do you feel like you're getting any special treatment, not to say preferential, but different than some of the other guys are?
I don't think so. I mean, I'm still a reliever out there trying to get outs, and whatever way I can, I do it.
Here with Ben Rowen. And Ben, Alex talked to you a little bit about it last time we sat down with you about your hockey background and playing as a defenseman growing up in L.A. Obviously a pretty big time for hockey right now. Are you a Kings fan growing up?
Yeah, definitely played for the Junior Kings, so yeah, absolutely.
So it was a fun season for you, I'm sure, last year, but has it been a tough week having the Stanley Cup final starting and your team bounced by the Blackhawks last week?
It's kind of rough to watch that, especially with my roommate Joe Benson being a Blackhawks fan. It kind of hurts, and I keep getting it rubbed in my face. But we still have the cup right now. We're still Stanley Cup champions for another week or so.
So are you watching just because he's watching? I mean, is it something where the Kings are out, and if you could control it, you would just turn the TV off and forget that hockey season was still going?
No, I still love hockey, so I'll definitely watch as much as I can. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Ben. I appreciate your time. Good luck the rest of the season, and have a lot of fun at that All-Star game as well.
Thank you very much.
That was Ben Rowen. We'll be back with more here on the Frisco RoughRiders Baseball Network.